I know I keep saying that this video is kind of different from the rest of the videos I've been doing. This will be one of those videos. But I mean, like, the thing is, I want to be funny and stuff, but I also, you know, want to be inspiring, like that confidence challenge video. I want to do something like that too. This one's kind of just me ranting about something that's, you know, happened recently, and I'm making it into like a story time, kind of. So, what I found out recently, or realized recently, is that I have social anxiety. Pretty much all my life I've been scared to talk to strangers. Like, I've been scared to go to fast food places and order my food, or any place with food. I'm so scared to order. Like, I know what I want, but I'm scared to, you know, tell somebody, because I'm scared they're gonna like ask me other questions that I had no idea, which they do sometimes. So it freaks me out. But recently, after one of the stories that I'm gonna tell you, probably the first one. Yeah, after the first story, I came home after, you know, what happened, which I'm gonna tell you. I told my mom about it, and I told her that I think that I have social anxiety, and she said, well, yeah, isn't that obvious? Like, she never told me. I'm not, you know, really mad at her for that, but I mean, if you're like suspect something that's wrong with me, you should tell me. So my mom kind of knew. Shay said that she kind of knew, but wasn't sure about it. So when I told her, she told me that, and I'm like, all these people know except for me. Also, AJ knew, kind of. Yeah, he was like, this first story, AJ and I went to pick up his friend at a park where they're doing drum circle, and there's, you know, hundreds of people there. Well, not hundreds, probably 100 people. And I was just sitting at a little picnic table, and AJ and his friend went away for a little bit, for like 10 minutes. They left me alone for like 10 minutes. And for a couple of the first few minutes, I was okay. Like, I can handle being alone for a little bit. But then I started getting uncomfortable, and people started talking to me. And I was like trying to be on my phone so people wouldn't talk to me, but they were anyways. I just started crying. I wanted AJ to come back, because I know him, and there's a whole bunch of people here that I don't know. I wanted him there, and he wasn't coming back. He said he would be like 5 minutes, and he wasn't back in 5 minutes. And so I started to cry, and I curled up in a ball, still playing on my phone. And I texted AJ saying, I'm really uncomfortable and scared. Please come back now. And he's like, oh, I can't, because my friend is, you know, taking longer than we thought. But I just kept telling him, like, just come back. I need you right now. And so he came back. By the time he came back, you know, I was still in a little ball, crying my ass out. And I was holding on to him and just crying until we got, like, back to the car. And while I was in the car, I calmed down. That was fine. And we got home, and, you know, I talked to my mom. This second story, I was going to donate plasma. AJ does that like all the time, and a couple of times I go with him and I wait in the waiting room, and I'm like playing Netflix on my phone with headphones so nobody bothers me. But this time I decided to donate. When you first check in, you have to like go to the screens and answer a couple questions. Well, apparently when you're doing it for the first time, there's way more questions you have to answer. And so I'm sitting there longer than AJ, and he was like 2 down from me on his, and then he left to get in line. And he's not allowed to stand next to me while I fill out these questions. And there's also a whole bunch of people there. And when he walked away, like I was so confused about some of these questions. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna guess, and I could, he's over there, and I couldn't really see him because the line was really long, so he had to like go somewhere I couldn't see him. There was this one part of the thing where I had to put on headphones, and they would ask the questions to the headphones, but the headphones weren't working, and so I couldn't hear the question. And that's when I started getting like really teary. I just freaked out. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, I'm too scared to ask somebody about it. And so I just kept pressing like not sure on all of them. And then I was able to see AJ, and he texted me because he knew that something was wrong. So I tried pulling out my phone, and the guy behind me was like, you can't pull out your phone while you're filling out the questionnaire. And so that's when I started really crying. I put the phone back in my pocket. I'm like, okay. And he's like, sorry. And I'm like, no, you're fine. And I finished the questionnaire, and it didn't tell me where to go. And so I kind of stood there, freaking out. And I really started crying. And another customer behind me noticed, and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And then the nurse kind of, I don't know, volunteer helper person, not volunteer, sorry, I took their job. Helper person came out, and she was trying to ask me what was wrong, and I was too choked up to talk. And my friend told her I have no idea where to go. I told her what happened with the headphones and everything. And so she gave me this card and told me to go to a nurse, like an actual nurse. And he took me through all of the questions that I missed. And I told him the problem with the headphones, and that I, think I have social anxiety, which I actually by then I didn't know. So yeah, I told him that I had social anxiety. That's why I cried. I got in line to do a physical, which where AJ was, but now he's like in the back donating already by this time. So I got in line forever, and I went up to the person, and she's like, oh, you need to go up to the front desk for something. I don't even know what it was. So I went up to the front desk, and they told them what happened. I don't know. And they're like, okay, I need to get your file. So they had to, get my file. So I sat down and waited. Got back up, and they're like, okay, so we haven't, checked to see if your veins are good enough to, donate with. So I was sent back to get my veins checked. And the guy said that they weren't good enough. And so he handed me this card saying, oh, you need to drink lots of water, you need to exercise your arms. And I came back up, and I was like, okay, my veins aren't good enough, and to come back in like a week or so. And they're like, okay, let's reschedule. And I'm like, well, I can't really reschedule because I do this with my boyfriend, and he's in the back donating right now. And they're like, okay, do you want to sit down and wait for him? I'm like, okay. So then I wait forever for AJ to come back, and then we rescheduled and walked out, and I just totally lost it. Don't know if I've told you this yet. Maybe. I don't know. But I also kind of have depression too. And so having social anxiety makes me depressed. So it just kind of clashes. And I just freak out. And I'm saying like, I hate myself and everything. I'm like, I hate that I have social anxiety, and that I hate crying in front of people, and I feel bad for making a scene. And having all these people go through so much trouble, and I was upset because I had to go through much trouble. That took like an hour or so, the whole process, probably a little bit longer. So I was really depressed, and I was crying really hard. Like when I cry that hard, that's when I'm like way low and blue and just the worst I can be. And so from it, I was starting to feel really sick. AJ was trying to calm me down. And when I got home, I kind of just lay down on the couch. AJ made me breakfast. And I started feeling better. I just don't know really how to control this. It's like I basically always had social anxiety, but I never knew about it. And now that I know about it, I don't know how to take care of it. Like I'm starting to, handle my depression, like get myself to not think like that. Sometimes it's hard. Can't actually, force myself to be, feel better, but I can try. But with social anxiety, I just realized it, and I don't know how to take care of it, and so I hope that I can learn. This is just really hard for me. I do feel better talking to a camera than to a whole bunch of people that I don't know. Like, I'm usually good going places, at least if I have at least one person there I know. But if I'm completely alone, I can freak out. And but those are my stories. I can keep you guys updated about it. If, I have another freak out, I'll make probably another video out of it, because it does make a good story. That's it for this video. I hope you guys have learned from it, I guess. I don't think you can learn from anything, except for know that I have social anxiety now. You'll see me next week. Subscribe. I think I'm at like 99 subscribers right now, so I just need one more by the end of the month to make my goal. Just one more. So tell your friends and family and, people you love and or don't love and whatever. Also subscribe to Kirby and Shay. We are posting on Wednesdays, but not every Wednesday. If you haven't checked out our last video, we took a One Direction quiz to see who knew more about One Direction. And also subscribe to Shay. She posts on Tuesdays. So, yeah, go subscribe and share this video. Also, I almost forgot. I'm doing shoutouts now. And I have one. I took a screenshot of their profile on Twitter, and so I'll put that up at the end of this video. And so his Twitter is Deaf Stoner World. I hope I said that right. I know how to say world, but yeah, he liked like 15 or 16 of my tweets and replied to a couple of them, I think. And he also subscribed to my channel, and he liked a few of Kirby and Shay posts, and I think he liked some of Shay's. I asked her about it, and she said that she thinks so, but she's not sure. But yeah, definitely deserves this shout out. If you want a shout out, just be active on my social media and, stand out. And yeah, that's all. Have a good rest of your week.
They're coming to take me away, haha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee hee, haha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful.